12 minutes past 8. Good morning. My name is Ifeyemi Andrew. This morning on the show, we would be looking at the activities of NANS, the National Association of Nigerian Students. If you have been following the news, there's been quite a lot happening within that association, and some of them have included the name of the president's son, Sheyi Tinubu. Beyond that is also struggles with regards to leadership and factions and so on and so forth. We've heard news that there isn't any faction, even though on another angle to it, reports of some parallel government or inauguration that was held. We'll find out more on the show this morning as we speak with the president of NANS on the show this morning, the national president of NANS. Meanwhile, you should know that Sheyi Tinubu has also reacted to the NANS factional president allegations, because there were allegations of him attempting to bribe one of the NANS executive 100 million. That was what was said. This was from Comrade Atiku Issa. He said he was bribed by the president's son, 100 million. He refused, and because of that, he was taken away, abducted, and beaten. There are pictures of him that's been circulating on social media with bruises and cuts and swollen eyes and so on and so forth. That's one major issue within the NANS body. Another is NANS protesting the student loan mismanagement. If you had followed, you'd know that they blocked the Lagos-Ibadan Expressway. Even though we've heard prior to this time that there was no management with regards to the funds, no mismanagement, I beg your pardon, there is still the belief that, well, those monies are not properly utilized. These and more we will be discussing on the show this morning. So do well to stick with us on Facebook at Nigeria Info 92.3 PH. That's the handle where you can be a part of the conversation. But the ultimate question is, people are beginning to ask, these student unions, are they deviating from what they were originally set up for and now being more political? Are politicians now taking advantage or using these unions for their own personal gains? Or are the students themselves now more focused on what they can attain or achieve politically, as against standing on the original foundations of these unions, which is to fight for rights of students and student activism? Well, let us know what you think. Are student unions still effective? Find out on Facebook at Nigeria Info 92.3 PH. We will be speaking with the NANS president. It is Oladoja Olushola will be joining us on the show this morning to tell us whether indeed we have factions or not. But before we get on to my guest, we would start with you. And let us know what you think about the whole situation, especially with the unions. You know that there are several other unions, even in Rivers State. NANS happen to be the national body under which we have several other sister student union bodies working. NOS is one of them, and there is also the Polytechnic Association of Nigerian Polytechnic Students, and so on and so forth, all part of the NANS body. But now, the question is whether these unions are still as effective as they once were. Do they still stand for what is right for students, or it has become a tool through which students try to grab power and then negotiate with this power with political leaders and politicians? If you remember, former President Olushola had said to be a president in this country, amongst the many things he listed that you need to have control of, one of them was the National Association of Nigerian Students. 0817-923-0007. You can also call 0817-923-0002. Again, 0817-923-0007. You can also call 0817-923-0002. Some of the numbers you can call to join the conversation this morning. We'll be taking your comments on Facebook. For those of us who aren't on Facebook, you can go on Facebook. We are live at Nigeria Info 92.3 PH. So simply get on there and drop your comment. In the meantime, tell us your name and where you are calling from. Nigeria Info, good morning.
Good morning, Mr. Andrew.
Yeah, go on, please.
My name is Comrade Kowate Magnus. I'm calling from Port Harcourt.
Okay.
Very quickly, I want to say that the situation we have in now is as a result of politics that has crept into the system. And like you rightly said, politicians are beginning to use our youth to perpetrate, in quotes, or allegedly crime to the society. Now, if you go to what the organization stands for, it is for the defense of the youth within campuses and outside campuses and project agendas and things that will benefit the youth. But if you look at their recent activities, you could say that it is not like that again. It is not only in that particular sector. Even in our religious sector, you see that politicians are beginning to use most of our religious bodies to do things that originally wasn't supposed. But I want to appeal, whatever it is, every faction should come together and make sure that all these crises is put to an end, because we cannot continue like this in this country, that every sector, every parastatal, every ministry, there are crises. It's not a welcome development. I think we can do better by learning from what is happening in other countries close to us.
All right.
Thank you so much.
Thank you very much, Nigerian, for good morning. Okay, we missed that call. So the story you should understand, especially with Mr. Atiku, Comrade Atiku Issa, he had said that there was supposed to be an inauguration that was supposed to be held at a particular hotel, and they had already paid for the venue and everything was settled, until he said the president's son, Sheyi Tinubu, came to the premises of that hotel, and immediately he came. They saw him talking with the manager, and afterwards, the management of the hotel told them that they can't have their inauguration or whatever activity they wanted to have there. That was his story. He said they were not allowed to have that event there, and they said why, and that was how it didn't hold. So he was alluding to the fact that it was possible that the visit of the president's son was to scuttle that inauguration. And afterwards, he talked about how he was offered 100 million and he refused. Like I said, there's been a response from the president's son, Sheyi Tinubu, with regards to this story. And this was what he said. I have never held a meeting to discuss any subject matter with Comrade Issa in Lagos or anywhere else in the world. I have never knowingly met him before. Neither did I visit any location with dogs, which was referring to the hotel. All these allegations by Atiku Issa are completely fictional. That's where we are with his response to the situation. Hello, Nigerian, for good morning. Obed from Ada George.
Good morning, Andrew.
Good morning to you.
Yes, Andrew, I may likely agree with the NANS president because of the actions of the son of the president recently. You know, he has been going around boasting that his father is the best president. So he may have want to encroach on the organization of Nigerian students, maybe to be able to ensure that his father win that election 2027. That is what all this is all about. Let's tell ourselves the truth. You understand? The son of the president has not been behaving well all this while because of everything he's doing, his actions, and the rest of them. Imagine in a country where people are being killed every day. The son of the president will come out and tell Nigerians that his father is the best president. You understand? Not only that, going to NANS, he want to take control of NANS. You understand? To keep votes for your father or whatever. Is he the only person whose father has become president in this country that will not hear words from this boy every time? You understand? So everything he's doing has a consequence. That's what I must tell him. Because if you look at how the last president has narrated that issue, you understand that there is some sort of truth on what last president has said. You understand? There was a video of the car that took him there. In fact, that video is still making rounds on that very premises to the extent that they off all the public address system. In fact, that speech, that inauguration was done on darkness because of the actions of the son of the president. You understand? So please, let him exercise restraint His father is not the only person who has become president of any nation. So please, that's what I want to tell him now.
All right. Emeka from Elele, good morning.
Yes, my dear brother, good morning. So, I want to condemn the character that I'm seeing in NANS. I was once a victim. I contested for secretary 2012-2013 at Delta State, Abraka University. At the end of the day, there was a signal that came during Jonathan's time that I should withdraw and step down for the appreciated candidate. My dear brother, that is not the aim of establishing NANS. They have now sold NANS to the hand of politicians. NANS is nowhere again to be found. NANS now is the voice to the voiceless again. They are now collecting money, bargaining from a politician how they can win election. That is what is happening now. I'm not in support of any of the personal presidents. I know them one-on-one. Because the rate of illegality is high in NANS. NANS has been sold to a politician. They decide who will become NANS president. That is what the root cause of this problem. When they decide, the politician will decide who will be NANS president. And they will not bring somebody that is unpopular and impose on people. And our stakeholder will go and collect money. Thank you and God bless you.
All right, thank you very much. Ida from Nkoro. Unfortunately, we don't have all the time. So Ida from Nkoro, Emeka from Elele, thank you. Ida from Nkoro, you have to hold on. After the commercial, when we return, we'll take your calls. But several questions to ask. What then does this mean for the youths of tomorrow and the future of Nigerian politics, especially if most of the callers, like you've all said, that we don't have student unionism again. What it used to stand for isn't what it is. So what is the fate of the students then? Is there any sector politicians in this country are not involved in after the commercial?
We'll be right back.